Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Wilson Center for today's historic announcement for Tulane football program. Before we get started, a note to the media and today's format. I'll introduce Rick Dickson, our athletic director. He'll introduce our next coach. Once the opening statements are over, we'll have one-on-one questions from the media. Just a reminder, please raise your hand. We'll have a wireless mic come around to you. Once we're done with the statements, once we take the questions, we'll open it up to one-on-one interviews after the conclusion of the press conference. And now here's Tulane's Director of Athletics, Rick Dickson.
Good morning, or good afternoon. It's all kind of blended together lately. It's a great pleasure, as you heard Roger say, this is a historic day for us for a lot of reasons. I know a lot of you have waited patiently for this day, and I've been patient too about getting to this day, so we're all thrilled to be here together. I first want to take a moment, had the opportunity to introduce our young men, their new head coach, but I would be remiss if I didn't say something, because this is something Curtis and I have talked about a lot, is our young men and the group of coaches we've had, Mark Hudson as our interim coach and that group of assistants, did an unbelievable job. I would tell you that what's gone on around the country with all these changes and all the disruption and fragmentation and things that go on when you lose leadership did not happen here. And to that group, Mark, those coaches, our young men, I want to say thanks on behalf of all. Listen, I guess everybody's been anxious to remind me how many days it's been. I've lived it, so I know well how long it's been. And but we said at the start that we're going to do a very thorough national search. We told you about the kind of person and the profile of a coach that we would find. And working with DHR, who did a lot of the initial vetting and identification of potential targets. And then over the next month, I spent a lot of time, as most of you know, that tracked me around and went all over the country to do exactly that. And we said we'd find someone first with the highest level of character and integrity. We said that we would find someone that had a proven track record of recruiting, developing young men at the highest level that would first have the ability and desire and commitment to earn a Tulane degree, because that's the 40-year decision. Okay, it's a 4-year up front, but a 40-year decision for the rest of their lives. We said that it would be somebody that had great training, great engagement, participation, contribution in high-tempo, upscale offense. We said we would love to find someone, if they meet all those criteria, that has New Orleans ties. So I think we found that person. And I've talked to many from all different backgrounds, from NFL to head coaches, assistant coaches, to coaches out of the game. But I'm here to tell you, we found the right man and the right person to do this. This is a historic day for us for a lot of reasons. Most of you in this room know where we've been, what our history is, where we've been the last 6 years. But a lot of things have happened, because never once did we stand back and just say, you know, those things that have happened, that's too much. We can't overcome it. We never once said that. And like I've told you before, this is the first year I've had 16 programs. It's the first year I've had all of our coaches, all of our staff, and all of our student athletes back in the Tulane family. And we're whole again. And I've said to you, for those that have doubted our intent and commitment, we will provide these coaches and young men and women the resources to succeed. You know, 2 weeks ago, like 3 years ago, we've got the bookends to prove it. And that won't stop. That'll never stop, because we're committed to this partnership. And the key in doing that is identifying people that embrace that will relish that, and will help be part of that. And so for those reasons, and above all, the person he is, I'd stop for a second and say welcome to Angel, the two moms, and the entire family. I would tell you one thing. I said this when I was introduced as athletic director at Tulsa 23 years ago. living in the area and having over 120 family members, I know this, our season ticket base just grew dramatically right now, today. But I couldn't be more proud of where we are today and who I'm introducing to you as our new football coach. Join me in welcoming Curtis C.J. Johnson.
Wow. This is amazing. You know, you couldn't have dreamt this. I mean, there's no way I could dream something so great as this. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Benson, who took a chance on me, giving me an opportunity to coach for the New Orleans Saints after coming from college. And he's been great. His family, Rita, his wife, it's been awesome. Mickey Loomis, who's been very supportive of everything that we've done and everything I've done. And most of all, a great friend of mine for a long time. Great boss, the best boss. If I can be half the boss Sean is, I think I'd be doing a pretty good job. Sean Payton, thank you, man. You've been fantastic. The Saints family, you know, all the support. I mean, everybody's been so gracious and so great for me, and they supported me so much. I just can't. You wouldn't understand it. Also, my players. I see a couple of them in the back. I see Marcus. I think Meacham came up. Meacham had a great game last night. Hey, man, thank you guys for putting up with me. You know. Also, I got my agent, Rocky Arsenault. He's done a fantastic work, tireless on this. I mean, we've tried several times, but finally, Rocky, you were right. You're successful. Thank you, man. Thanks again. Also, you know, you guys, you know, people around don't understand what type of president you have. President Cowen, I mean, you intimidated me at first. I'm just gonna tell you, but golly, you've been awesome, man. You've been awesome. I mean, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And most of all, my new best friend. Rick Dickson, I mean, he's been awesome. And I can tell you one thing about him. He's an honest man. He is an honest man. I have a lot of family members here, and I can't call them out, but my beautiful wife, who's going to be mad at me when I get home, I put my wedding ring down, and I don't have it now, but that's my wife, Angel. Thank you. My pastor, my family members, my mother, and my mother-in-law, my son, Aaron, over here. Thank all you guys for coming, and thank you. For me, this is an exciting, awfully exciting day. You know, I just want to say one thing before I get into how exciting this is. The coaches that were here, they've done a magnificent job in holding this program together, holding this thing together. I mean, it's hard. I've been where they are, and I think they've done an absolute fabulous job. And just continue to do whatever. Just relax, and we're going to work things out. But I'd like for you guys to please give them a hand. You've done wonders with these young men that I can only think that I hope to do. You have a very respectful team. You've been respectful. You've been a class act in everything that you've done. And from me, in the university, we really thank you, and we will continue to have our dialogue. You know, I grew up about 20 minutes from here in a little town called St. Rose, Louisiana, and lived various places around the city. And Tulane was like a dream. You know, I really wasn't smart enough to come here. Don't let nobody know that. you know, I thought I was, but I wasn't. And you know, I got some friends, Lionel Washington, he went here. I was mad with him because he beat me in track and he went to Tulane and I couldn't go here. But you know, it's a wonderful atmosphere. It's a wonderful campus. You know, I know all about it. I relish this opportunity to serve the Tulane community. And my thing is, for all the people at Tulane, I'd like you to welcome me as part of your family. You guys have a strong family. I would love to be a part of that family, and I'm going to work hard on being a part of that family. Growing up in New Orleans, Tulane was one of the places that you knew that was going to have a lot of good things about it. And it's a great university. It's a great academic institution. And I just want to say, we're going to do the best as a football coach, as a football staff, and as a football team to make you guys proud of us. Also, I have a winning tradition at every level. I've coached on the college scene, I've coached in the NFL, and I've have my wife and Sean and these guys made me wear these rings. I really don't like to wear them. But what we're going to do is we're going to do our best as soon as and expedient as possible to get these young men who sweat hard, who have academic challenges, who making it in this school, to get them a taste of what we have. And I just want to say, guys, just get ready, because you guys are going to be champions. You guys are winners already, but we will hold the trophy up. Give those guys a round of applause. Two things I said going into this meeting, going into meeting with the players. I said, number one, we will put together the best staff. It may be existing guys, it may be guys from wherever. If we can go anywhere to get coaches that's going to make them successful, we will. And they may already be in the program, but we will do that. And I owe that to them, because what they went through this year is something else. The next thing is the guys we bring in. I'm going to guarantee this for you. The guys we bring in, you will be able to bring them to your homes for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. Your parents will be proud of the guys we bring in, because you guys have great character and integrity at this university. So I won't bring in any guys that's not your Tulane guys. We do have a lot of work to do. And I'm gonna need everybody's help. Everybody in here that's supporting this, let's not make this the last day that we see each other. We gotta come together, we gotta band together, and we're gonna bring this program to new heights. We're going to bring this to see something that we haven't seen. We're going to show this city that we can be a national player like all these other schools are. I love being here. I love New Orleans. The key is getting the right support staff. I think we have it here. I think we got the right staff here already. We got things in place. I think as long as we stick together, and I'm talking to the staff, help me, and I'm telling you, excuse me, we will be fine. Louisiana recruits, we coming to get you. I'm just telling you, we coming to get you. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to stop searching all over the country, but look out, because you're on our radar already. This is now the state of Tulane. And we will bring some first-class football players in here, and golly, get ready, because we coming. I'm not going to say anything about these other schools in the state, but they better look out. But it's very important to bring some tradition from this school back to our city. Is that what you already have, but we got to be the forefront of this city, and we will be. We will be, and we're going to make it proud that we are Tulane, University of Tulane, as a football program, because we will win games. You guys had a tough season this year. I don't want to belabor the points, but we will do our best to turn this thing around as expediently as possible. And what we're going to also do is we're going to do it with class style, with great academic students. It's hard losing their coach in the middle of the season. It's tough. It's tough. But I know this. Now it's time. It's time to start over. It's time to turn it on. It's time to get ready to go and get going. And that's what we plan on doing. I would like to do one thing, and I really didn't want to do this, but I see my players have come in and they've taken time to come out to this press conference. Could you guys, the Saints receivers, come on up and just stand right in front for a minute. Marcus, Robert, let's give them a hand. Andy Taylor. Come on, guys, oh, Meech, you were good last night. You're fumbling on the mic. These are the guys that help me daily, and I'm proud of them, and they support me, and they will continue to. Could you give these guys a round of applause? And I thank them for coming out. I'd like to open this up for any questions from anyone. No, I don't have any money. I'm not giving away season tickets. Anyone had no questions? Yes, sir.
Once a month, if I'm having problems with these guys, you come back.
Ask the president. Anything else? Thank you, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming today. Coach will be around. Members of the media, if you want to come over here to the left or on the stage, we'll have one-on-ones.